Hood movie review. Hood movie review. Hood movie review. Watch us on YouTube. Is this thing on?
I remember the days when you can get a guy hit for $40. We live in inflationary times.
That's crazy though.
That's crazy.
Put $40 on a nigga's head. Woo.
Hey, those times back then. Those are the good old days.
I feel you. But shit, I mean, $40.
$40.
Right? What? That's crazy.
This is Hood Movie Review. I hit that song in a little minute. Hood Movie Review. Hood Movie Review. Watch us on YouTube.
Do 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 do. Wrong movie. Wrong movie. We ain't doing.
It's still in that time frame though. It's still that time frame though.
Oh, you can see, you know, moments where he turned into Ike still. About to say.
Nah. So this is Hoodlum Review, and today we're reviewing Hoodlum. And I got a question for you. What do you think of the soundtrack? What do you think of the soundtrack in this one?
If I'm gonna be honest, I can't really recall too much of the soundtrack. And I'm telling you, I've seen the movie so many times now. I just can't really recall it though. I give it a 2, just a standard 2.
Standard 2? Okay.
Standard 2. Everybody deserve it 2.
I'm at because I agree with you. I don't remember. There's no songs like
There's nothing that stood out.
Right. How in even though it was a period movie, like how this one went back in the time, like Dead Presidents. We remember every song that was on there. Every song was fire on there. There was the 70s. We were like, ooh, all these songs hidden. Yo, Pusha Man. Like I can tell you the songs that I was playing. I can't tell you one song that was playing this movie. I agree with you.
Yeah.
I'm also going a 2 as well because I can't even go to just a mid 3 because I don't remember.
Can't give them too much. I don't want to be like, nah, they suck. So just give you a 2.
So I'm right there with you. Now we're gonna start with a little bit of trivia before we get into this movie review.
Uh-oh.
This is the second film in which Lawrence Fishburne has played Harlem gangster Ellsworth Bumpy Johnson. He first played him in Francis Ford Coppola's The Cotton Club in 1984 as Bumpy Rhodes in a small role.
Okay.
And let's get into the movie. Like so, just a quick little trivia for you. I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of trivia on you if you haven't watched the show before. We get a brief explanation about number running, and we see Ellsworth Bumpy Johnson, played by Lawrence Fishburne, getting out of prison early on a murder charge. We see early he chooses to pick his battles when he's about to get released, and the Bible's brought up. Dude was like, what do you think about the Bible? He's like, it was a good read. It was a good read.
Good book.
Because he was about to mess himself up. He was just about to sign it, and he was like, it's a good read. It's a good read. And then Dutch Schultz, played by Tim Roth. Funny thing about Tim Roth's movie, Tim Roth is like British in real life. And I don't know about you, but like when I watch movies and they're British playing American person, I can low key hear it. Like I can hear it sometimes.
I'll tell you, to this day, I hate it. I hate it because I like the act. I like the actors, the actresses. It bothers me though. I'll tell you who made it the worst for me. You knew who I was going.
I knew exactly.
You knew who I was going.
I was stuck too. I was stuck
because
him.
When I first heard him, like when you see him play everything, Takers, he playing everything else he playing. He just good role, Daddy's Girls, good role. You don't hear nothing. I never heard it until the man had COVID. It was, hey mate, I'm like, what? Whoa, don't do that.
Oi, bro.
I don't like the switch up. About to say, if you're good enough at speaking English and acting, just do that. You don't gotta
always be American.
Yeah, you don't gotta switch it up. Like that's like my man from Snowfall, Damson.
Yeah, his name's that's also like, Idris, isn't it?
Damson Idris. Damn son Idris, huh? I'm about to say, and then you got my man from All American. I hate it. How you gonna play? A gangster in well, not a gangster because he a football player, but he in Crenshaw. He's supposed to be hard, but then he go back and hello. I'm like, no, cheerio. Come on.
The funny thing about that, like, because all the black people in Hollywood now are British now, and then
I know, and
it throws me off.
It's crazy.
I watched a show called Supercell. Go check that out if you haven't seen it.
You was telling me about that.
It's just all black superhero cast. It's about superheroes in the hood, pretty much. Just but they in London. That's the only thing about it. When I
Oh,
tell you, I didn't know half these niggas was British. That one nigga from
you said
what's
Lamar from BMF.
yep, him. That's him. That's I couldn't think of his name. You
Oh,
can't
that's
stop the rain. Oi, you can't stop the
that right
rain.
there. Would look,
You
that would
can't
have
stop.
messed me up too. If I'd have seen him do that, he said, "I'm gonna
I was
cut your
thrown
arm off."
off. I was thrown. He said, I just want to see my son. Bro, I just want to see my son. I said, ew,
Bro,
you too?
bro,
Him, the dark skinned dude from House Party movie, like the remake of House Party, didn't know he was British.
they
Who else?
taking over.
They, they taking
It's, it's an
all our
epidemic.
jobs.
It's an epidemic.
Yeah, they just threw me off. Is how crazy it is now. They just
They
how
keeping good, hard
Hollywood
black people out of work.
they ain't black.
Nah, they British.
They ain't black. They British. So Dutch Schultz, like I said, Tim Roth, great actor, by the way, has his goons led by Bub Hewlett, which is played by Clarence Williams III. This nigga yells in every movie he's in. That's the nigga. He played Prince's dad in Purple Rain. He was like the mortician in Tales from the Hood. I was say Tales from the Crypt. Tales from the Hood. He was, this ain't no Terror Dome, neither. Like he was screaming at everything he's in. He was screaming right here. This is Dutch Schultz property. We run this. So he going off.
He was going ham for that man too.
He was
He
stomping that
was.
nigga
It
out
was
too.
crazy. Like,
You don't run numbers here. So he going off. And they tearing up a local store for running numbers without their say so. Here's some more trivia. Clarence Williams III played Bumpy Johnson in the beginning of the American Gangster movie
I was
starring
gonna say
Denzel.
that. That's the.
Yep. Same dude.
So I haven't really seen too many movies with him in it though that I can recall, but I know that's the one that I have seen with him is American
Yeah, he's
Gangster.
in the very beginning. He's
Yeah,
walking
but I said
around.
he the one walking around Denzel. Man, I remember when he was giving out
Yep.
turkeys
He was
like Sledge.
playing Bumpy Johnson. He's like Sledge. Shout out to Sledge, man.
Shout out to Sledge.
He tried to be here. I'm gonna keep that beginning part in there where he's messing up, but yeah. And he meets up with this boy Illinois,
That's me.
played by Sean McBride. I didn't even introduce this. Now I'm thinking about it. This is the bad guy himself here.
They know me
And
by
on my
now.
right,
Sorry.
this is TK.
How
He's
you doing,
Illinois. He's
Brad?
Illinois today. But like I said, he meets up with his boy Illinois, which is played by Sean McBride. He's in a lot of great movies. Undercover Brother,
Mhm.
Roll Bounce.
I'm about to say that's the daddy and roll
Yep,
bounce and all that.
that Roll
Yeah.
Bounce. He's in
Mhm.
everything.
So who drunk my yoo-hoo?
That's my movie. I want to review that one too. That's a good movie.
I fuck with
And
roll bounce.
it is good. I mess with that movie.
For
I'll
some
be saving
reason,
my
I do.
ways to freedom. And he has a girlfriend named Pigfoot Mary, played by Loretta Devine. She's a legend. She plays the mom. in almost every
Great
black
actress.
movie.
Great actress. I give her that. She's every
Michael
black nigga's
King
mama.
has been kidnapped. She played everybody's mom. And then this one, like so you've seen a lot of great movies. She plays his girlfriend, even though she got a husband. But he said when there's a knock on the door, he has her hide in the closet. He's like, could be the police or worse, your husband.
Right. She said, well, don't shoot him. What?
And then he shows up. He's like, "What's buzzing, cousin?" Oh,
I like
Slick's in
that.
there. That's my line too. What's buzzing,
Cousin,
cousin?
Yeah.
And then we got Dutch Schultz, who's slowly taking out the competition, and he's trying to shake down anybody who's threatening his business. And he even talks mess to his boss, Lucky Luciano. And a little trivia.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah. No, but I can hear you.
Give us the trivia.
Yeah, but see, and Luciano's close-ups, his right eye is not as open as much as his left. His eye was like he had that Forrest Whitaker eye. So in many historical pictures of the real Lucky Luciano, his right eye is partially closed as well due to a knife injury during a 1929 abduction by an unknown assailants that damaged muscles in his right cheek to prevent his eye from working properly. And a little more trivia.
Your ass right there.
Yeah, he stabbed
That's
him.
some trivia for you right there
Paul
for
Pierce.
sure.
It's not the best out of him.
You said
And another
Paul
trivia.
Pierce.
That came out. I shouldn't have said that. I said it, and I was like, I shouldn't have said that. I didn't need to say that. Another trivia. An old friend of the real Lucky Luciano allowed Andy Garcia, the actor, to wear Lucky's pinky ring for one scene. You can see it when Lucky's giving Thomas Dewey the bribe money at the whorehouse when the prostitute takes the cigar out of Lucky's hand. So he's actually rocking his real ring, too.
That's dope.
And we see Francine Hughes, played by Vanessa Williams, Vanessa Williams, she's a former model. She was Miss America too at one point.
Mm.
She looks down on the gambling business, and Bumpy's taking a liking to her. And his boy Illinois can't stand her. He's like, "Get out of here, ugly!" So he's in there talking mess. Get out of
Right.
here,
Talk
ugly.
mess to her, but
Yeah,
listen.
it was Bigfoot Mary.
Right.
And I had to get this line because this line was crazy. He said $6 get you a month worth of groceries. I said that's crazy.
That's
You
why
run a
$40
number.
can get you killed. What you
It,
mean? Like,
$40 a lot back then. $6 if $6 can get you a whole month's worth of groceries. $40, that's a lot of money right there. $40. That's a
that's
bet.
crazy. You'd be a made man for 40.
40
That's
$40.
crazy.
Bro, them niggas was paying in change for them numbers though. If you think about it,
Yeah,
He
because he
said,
did
"Let
he
me put
did
a
say
dime
you pay a
on
dime.
let me put a dime on the numbers."
But that's crazy.
He
You put a
said,
dime
"See,
on there now. Get the hell out of here.
man, what?
Get the hell out of here. Is that a
I
dime?
was
Get
like,
the hell out
they
of
gonna throw my dime back at me? Like, hey, bro, chill out.
here. You gotta catch it.
Oh, wait a minute.
And Bumpy and the Madam Saint Madam, I can't say Bumpy and the Madam St. Clair. I can't say that back to back. That was crazy.
Cicely
Played by
Tyson.
Cicely Tyson.
I thought her name was Madam Queen.
No, they called her Madam St. Clair is her name.
Oh, I thought it was Madam Queen or something like that.
I thought it was the queen.
They
What
were
they call
calling
it?
her the Queen, but her name was
They was
Madam
calling her the
St. Clair.
queen.
All right.
And they meet up with Dutch, and he tries to shake them down. And it don't work. Bumpy's like, "Nah, you can go to hell. You can go to hell." And Francine, she tries to get Bumpy to change his life around and go legit, and Bumpy ain't for it. She's like, you got this kill or be killed attitude. This and this. What in the world? That scared him. That scared the best out of me. I'm sorry. So Bumpy isn't for it.
I
And on
guess.
the way to the opera, Bumpy and Madame St. Clair are in the car, and Bumpy realizes they've been set up by Dutch Schultz and get into a shootout. And they killing niggas left and
And
right
they
too.
killed bro.
They really
And
did.
They
they
killed
killed the
bro
one.
from they
I didn't
killed bro
like him.
from
I think
original gangsters.
he deserved to go though. The one that was like, shoot you. Like he was just too much. I don't know. The African dude was his name, Demike or something.
That's the dude from American Gangsters. Yeah, I don't know his real name, but dude from American or Original Gangsters. I
Dude
mean,
from original gangsters.
yeah, he said
That cried.
my daddy. No, he said my dad. He said, your daddy used to always give me a fresh slice of bologna. That's why I stayed off his ass. That movie, we gotta review that movie. That movie's terrible. We
That
gotta
was a
review.
good cry she had though.
You said what's up?
That was a good cry she had. Sometimes when you see a
Mm.
scene and some people they don't give you a good wholesome cry, like you feel it. I feel like she like it was whatever, however it was, she felt it. It was it came from the soul, it came from the heart.
You talking about Sicily?
It was Cicely
Yes.
Tyson. Yeah,
When she
that's a,
cried
that's a
when the dude
that's a
died, that's what I'm
classically.
saying. And she was and she starts speaking French. Like whatever she was. I was like, woo! That's how you know
Voulez-vous
it's a good
monter
cry
avec
when you start
moi
speaking the language.
ce soir?
Y'all going to hell.
Yeah, that no, but that's Cicely Tyson. That's a classically trained actress. Like, dude, like when you look like, oh, okay, that's her. She's one of them. To retaliate, Bumpy in Illinois, they pull off a heist with Dutch Schultz money and they give it to everybody in the
They
hood.
gave
Here
it to
you
the
go. They just making it
they
rain
gave it to the
everybody.
projects. They gave
They,
it
they
to the
really they
poor.
really did.
Put
They
it back
really
in
They
the
did.
gave
hood.
it to the poor. What he
Which
say?
is
He was like,
also
thanks to what he say? What he say? In regards to Duck Schultz, and just threw it all up in the air.
Uh-huh.
and the wild thing about it too, because just a little bit before, Francine was like, "Look, why don't you get back to the community with this money you making?" He's
That's
like, "All right,
game.
look." He's
It's a
like, "I got
perfect time. Look at
That's
God.
game. You feel me?
and he
Right.
did it. And Bumpy and Madame St. Clair, they have a discussion about beefing with Bumpy, and she's scared. And she's like, "Look, we don't need this war." And Bumpy's like, "Nah,
Yeah.
fuck that." He's like, "Nah, fuck that." At the same time, Dutch turns his back against his bosses, Lucky Luciano, and wants to go to war with Bumpy. And Dutch also has the police on the payroll now, so he has the police chief like in his pocket. And at a party for Bumpy, the singer shouts Bumpy out. He shouts Bumpy out too. He's like, "Man, thank you for killing them 3 niggas for us." Like, he's shouting
I
about
was
every.
that lady. She said, "You just a killing machine. You just a killing machine." I was like, "Damn!" Like you.
Bro, that's
First of all, that's
crazy.
how you know you was allowed to talk freely back then because
But they was in somebody's apartment having that party though.
Either way,
Yeah,
all
but
it takes is
still, the
the
person
wrong
be like,
person
"Yeah,
to
you
do that.
need to kill them niggas. You a killing machine, bro." It's like,
Boy,
what?
you a killing machine.
Whoa.
You just took that gun out and slayed on them, didn't you? Like, damn, quiet down, son. I didn't even get paid for that. I did that for free. That was pro
Right.
bono work. Like, I could have made $120 or something. You feel me? Like,
Yeah, that's crazy. Like he really shouted him out. Like, yeah, I think you a killing machine for killing 3 of Dutch's goons. And Francine's like, she was like,
Hey,
I don't
nigga.
like that. Yeah, she's like, she feels uneasy and leaves. So Bumpy, like, he catches up to her and he ends up telling her, he's like, how much he love her and stuff and how he's willing to fight for her. He's like, look, he's like, sometimes you got to kill for something you love and fight for. She's like, okay. So she changed her mind. That's a good
She seen
game right
that.
there. I like
She
that.
seen she seen what she could have went back to.
just seeing the potential of a better life.
Yeah.
Hmm.
but but like I said, she changed her mind. Either way, whether she's doing it because think about the old life, or she's like, I do love him.
Hmm.
And while Bumpy and Francine are laid up in bed, 2 of Dutch's hitmen, they're discussing the best restaurants. He's like, yeah, who got the best? Who got the best roast beef sandwich? He's like, yeah, Lucky's got it. He's oh, okay. Well, I think it's Frank's. And then he's
Right, yeah. Who's the best hot dog? They both said Frank's or whatever.
Frank.
Frank's. Like, damn.
It was going crazy.
Nah, that one part cracked me up though. Cause when he's
No, I was about to get to that. I was about to get to that part next. that was what happened next. He comes up on one of Bumpy's henchmen, and he starts singing Silent Night as he shoots him, and then he stabs him.
He
No,
stabs
he
him.
stabbed him. He stabbed him. My fault. He shot the other guy. He stabbed him. He just Silent
right, he got
Night.
it. He sounded like a real opera singer.
He stabbed him.
He was too big to sound like that.
Sounded good. I'll give it to him.
That's my nigga
That's
from
New
Dumb and
York.
Dumber.
He went
That's
to
my
a
nigga
few
from Dumb
operas
and
in his
Dumber.
day.
What was it? One of the most annoying sound in the world. Ah! that's that nigga. So they go to the room, like I said, they just wiping niggas out. They go to the room where Bumpy's at, and Bumpy ready. He ain't in the bed no more. They go in there and start swinging on the
Bro.
bed immediately. Then dark, he off to the side. He just start fighting them, and he kills one, but the other one gets to jump on Bumpy. But Francine goes against what she
Francine
said earlier about the killer be killed mentality and kills him
blows
with
this
the gun.
nigga. Blows this nigga's head off.
Shot that nigga, and then
Oh
to
yeah,
retaliate,
Francine.
it's go ahead.
I said, go ahead, Francine.
Yeah. Francine did her thing. Shout out to her. She's a real one. But this thing about this movie, there's a lot of retaliation. Somebody do something, they just
Oh
bow,
yeah.
bow, bow. It's back to back retaliation. This whole movie is retaliation. So you're gonna hear me say retaliate and get them back a lot in this.
Spin the
So
block.
the police brutally beat up Illinois to retaliate.
That's
They beat
right.
him down. It's like damn.
And they robbed him for the money.
Yeah, yeah.
Took their money back, pretty much. Yeah.
And then Sully, played by Queen Latifah, I forgot she was in this movie. I watched. I was like, oh,
Yep.
Queen Latifah's in this. They had a lot of stars in this movie too.
It did.
So Sully and Pigfoot Mary, they tell Francine she did the right thing when they go to the club together. They're like, look, don't worry about it. Your life is on the line. You got to do what you got to do. She just like, huh. She didn't like the way it felt. So Bumpy and his crew, they changed the color of the paper. They run numbers on so that people know the difference between
Was it
him.
the green?
Yeah, they changed the green, that money green, so
Right.
people know the difference between him and Dutch. Now the funny thing is, the person that came up with the idea was that bald nigga from Drumline that was hating on Nick Cannon.
Young brother. It was a young. He was a young brother.
He said you started running when you was 16, it was 17 or something, 16 or
Yep. He
17
was a
right
young
now.
brother.
Like,
He was
he was on it.
17. 17. So
He was
now
ready.
so they do a montage and 3 years pass, and we get a montage of the two crews going back and forth, just killing each other and
All you
robbing.
can do is just shooting.
And then that same nigga that gave an idea for the green ends up getting killed at the
Ran
end of the
into the bullet.
montage.
Yeah.
They killed him. It's like I said, the same kid that gave him the idea, he gets killed. And Bumpy gives his condolences to the mother, and she calls him a low down dirty crook. She was like, "You low down." She was like, "She talking a mess."
Nah, she
I
was
paid for
mad
the
because
funeral
your
though.
son died with honor.
Yeah.
That's what pissed her
That's
off. I
wild.
think. You
Yeah.
feel
That's
me?
wild.
That is wild. Oh, don't worry, I paid for everything. Your son died with honor. Where's the honor? Like,
But that's what she was saying.
That's
She
wild.
was like, bro, she was
I
like,
felt it.
I've been cleaning up for 20 years in my restaurant, and now he hanging with you. Now that nigga dead. Like, I don't want to hear that. Like, I don't want to hear that shit. That's my son. So she was feeling kind of way about that. Coming to the funeral like that. Wild. And on a day out, Bumpy is with Francine in Illinois. They discussing numbers and talking about, we're gonna do this the right way. We ain't gonna try to rob people like Dutch, Dutch does. We're gonna make sure to pay the people. It's number one
Mm-hmm.
priority. And he realizes there's some almonds on his banana split. And he's like, and it shows his awareness. He's like, I don't think I didn't order any almonds. Didn't
Who
Mm-hmm.
order
made my
that.
split?
He said,
Yeah,
"Who
let's
made
see.
my
Yeah, who made my
split?"
split? And we
Who
see
made my
he
split?
He was so calm about it though. He was so calm about it though. So,
Nah, I just
Mr.
want to
Man,
tell him.
who made my split? He said
Nah, I
he
just want to
made
tell
the
him the difference
split.
between I just want to tell him the difference between a banana, y'all split, and how I want my split. Have
and he
simple.
said, he
Mm-hmm.
said, "Oh no." The wife was like, "No, don't do this." And he's like,
No,
"No, no, I need him
no.
to know." I say no. It comes with bananas, whipped cream, a little bit of chocolate syrup, and then you got your almonds. But I request mine with no almonds. Now, there's clearly almonds on my banana split. And y'all been coming here about 20, 30 years, and I ain't never had almonds on my banana split. Why is banana split? Why does banana split have almonds in it? So then they find out that that guy working, this Paul from Temptations.
Oh.
It wasn't Paul from the Temptations,
Uh,
by the way. Temptations forever. He finds out that he was hired by Valley, and he's like, he's like, you know what? This ain't almonds. It's rat poison. And he's
it's
like,
rat poison.
who hired him? Valley did.
He
You
said
mean
he
No,
said you
bro.
wanted him to
Kill
work
him.
here.
Kill him.
because the funny thing was Valley was already talking mess. Let me do him. Let me do him.
Right, yeah. Valley the one that jumped bad first. Oh, let me
Valley
do him,
knew.
Bumpy.
Valley
There's a
knew it
reason
was up
why.
shit's creek.
He
Yeah,
knew
he
it was
there's a
over.
reason why.
He knew it was up shit's creek.
He knew it was over.
He said, "Let me do him. Let me do him." He's like, "Nah, nah."
Nah,
Who
nigga.
hired you? Valley did. Oh, you motherfucker. So, like I say, it was Valley, one of his one of his best men,
One of his best
and
ones.
it, and they realize he's a traitor, and they get him alone, and he begging for his life. He had
I
he had a cup of coffee, he had a mug of coffee, he's shaking.
love you, puppy.
But did you hear
I
what he
love
said
you. I'm
though?
sorry.
He said they
I'm
gave me three
sorry.
thousand dollars. He said, "You
Hey,
know how much money $3,000
Bro,
is,
that
bro?"
nigga was in tears, bro.
Oh, he
hey,
was. Look, he said, "I'll be on the first thing smoking
I'll be the
tonight."
first thing smoking, puppy. Thank you.
three.
Thank
You gotta
you.
think about that though. Three
That's what I'm
thousand.
saying. That's a lot of money back then.
Let me see.
You know how many people he'd have to kill for $3,000?
That's $40 kills. That's a lot of $40 kills you got to do.
Nah, real shit. If you think about it, then now for real, that 3,000 he got paid to try to set up Bumpy. About to say, so that was 3,000 on Bumpy's head, if anything,
Right.
So
So
this
that's
was
why he
the
was.
for the
That's why he
poison.
gotta get rid of him.
this was the 30s. I was gonna see how much it was 3,000, right?
Yeah, it was $3,000. He said it gave me $3,000. You know how much $3,000 is? Well, yeah, nigga, that's three
I'm
thousand
gonna look it
dollars.
up right now. I'm looking it up right now. The worth. That's about it's worth $56,675. That's pretty much $56,000 he paid him to take him out.
That nigga paid $56,000 for a banana split.
Nah.
He thought it was gonna be he thought it was gonna be simple
Yeah,
though. He thought it was gonna be
he
a
thought it
simple
was gonna
deal.
be easy. You know, that's the way to get him. He not paying attention. He's out with his lady eating ice cream. Nigga choking on some rat poison. Like
Bro,
that would
but
have been.
but listen though. He made bro eat the rat poison and he was allergic. Was he like
He
No,
wasn't allergic.
he wasn't allergic. He just
He
knew it was
wasn't
rat
allergic to
poison.
ice
Oh, he
cream.
just knew it
He
was rat
said
Yeah,
that.
poison?
yeah. Because he
He said,
said
"Oh
he
no, I'm
said, you know
allergic
what?
to
I'm
ice
gonna make you eat
cream."
my split. Because I didn't say that part. So he's like, I'm gonna need you to eat this split. And he was like, I'm allergic to ice cream. He was like, nah, that's because it's rat poison. And that's when he was like,
Mm-hmm.
he took that first bite. So he knew
Because
he
he
was
knew it was
dead.
gonna set in.
Hey,
Like, yeah.
but peep this though. Then bro, the bald headed nigga, he played on Clue. The bald headed nigga,
Yeah, he
the
did.
older dude, he started apologizing too because he knew like, hey, my life could be in danger.
But that's his shop though. So that was his ice cream shop. So he was the
Because he
I'm
one
sorry,
like,
I'm sorry, Mr. Johnson. I swear I'll never make you
yeah.
beat you.
He
yeah,
was
yeah,
like,
he thought he was in trouble too. He was like, "No, you good. You just make my split from now on."
he said,
That's
now
it.
you just know
From
to
now
make my
on,
shit.
you make my split.
Mhm.
Yeah. This is a legendary scene, by the way. Legendary scene in this movie.
Now
From now
on, you
on,
make my
you make my
split.
split.
Yes, Mr. Johnson. Yes, Mr. Johnson.
Yes,
All
Mr.
right.
I know he was like, ooh.
Right.
He went to the back. Said, ooh.
Because it could have been him, bro. He could have killed us
It could have been
both.
bad, yeah, for sure.
They closed that. They closed that whole shop down. Go ahead, take this nigga out from me real quick.
And it's just a good thing that he said, and it's just a good thing because it showed how, I mean, like Bumpy wasn't a bad person.
Nope.
So it showed the
No, he
good
wasn't.
part about him was he would say, just for now on, you make my split. Because it could have been like, I'm shutting this shit down, or I'm getting, but it was just like, nah, this ain't your fault. This was an inside job or something. And like, I'm gonna be back because I've been
I'm gonna
coming
give you
here.
some
Yeah, that's
grace.
my
Right.
spot. Just make sure
Yeah.
you make my split.
Mhm. I,
You know,
I like
and,
that though.
and now you
How long
know
you been
I don't
working
like
here?
almonds on my split. That nigga's life I'll be
Oh,
taking because of some almonds.
that nigga dead now because some damn nuts.
Get some nuts.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so like I said, they're interviewing, not interviewing. They're pretty much scaring what's his name?
They ain't scaring.
Valley.
They
So
preparing.
yeah, but yeah. So they all like, yeah, Valley, he's please, he crying,
He,
big old snot bubble coming out,
like, up
shaking his
shaking.
mug, please, please. He said, listen, I'm disappointed in you. He said, I'm disappointed in you this evening. He had it with I'm disappointed in you this evening. Shaking like stripper, tighten up.
Look at
Right.
this. So disrespectful.
So disrespectful. So disrespectful. So he's like, look, I'm disappointed in you. And he just leave. And then they all taking turns calling him a rat, calling him a snake.
Rats, snake,
Snake. You a
That
rat.
part cracked me.
snake. You know, that's the dude that was working. That was the dude. The dude that called him a snake was the one that was working for bro in barbershop. Lester
Yeah,
Wallace.
yeah. You're
That was
right.
Lester
Oh,
Wallace's
okay.
bodyguard.
Yeah, you're right. And after all that, like everybody's talking mess, and he's like, "Woo, I'm good." Then you see that. Then you
Then
see
my nigga whispers.
Eddie Kane's
You
dad
see
come out.
whispers.
Eddie
My
Right.
Kane's
nigga
dad come out,
whispers.
slit his
My
throat, the
nigga, he
nastiest
said
white part.
whispers.
He said, "Why,
Whis-
Valley? Why?
Why, Valley? Why, Valley? I think you overstepping your bounds, baby doll. Sounds just like his daddy.
my nigga, my nigga whispers.
With whispers came in his throat. So now Bumpy goes uptown to the Cotton Club and walks up on Dutch solo, and he
Ain't no
threatens him.
niggas allowed in here.
Yeah, he said,
Right."
"Nah, I don't care about none of that, nigga. You come by here again, you come to my neck of the woods, you dead." He's
Now the
like,
dude though, the dude had a good little lines. Congratulations, you make history. First nigga in the Cotton Club. Now
First
get the
"That was
nigga in
fuck
the
crazy.
out.
cotton
Like,
club.
That was crazy."
that's wild. Bro, but it
First
was
nigga in the
like, okay,
cotton club.
congratulations, you made history. The first nigga ever in here. Okay, get the fuck out of here now. Like damn. How
But
you
they,
gonna
but
congratulate me to kick me out?
so,
Like,
because
shit.
he told you don't belong in here. He's like, "Bro, you ain't supposed to be in here."
But all that
Yep.
did is show. All it did was show how much like they low key respected Bumpy
They
because
respected him.
They did. They
because
did.
they could have they could have. How many other niggas would have
He was
walked in the
solo.
cotton club and would have never walked out?
He was solo in there, and
Well,
then
I think when dude pulled out his gun when what's his name? Dutch. When Dutch pulled out his gun to shoot him, he was like, "No, no, 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 you can't do that in here." So they just
No,
didn't
not
want to
in
ruin the
here.
reputation of the club too, though.
Yeah.
Because the Cotton Club, we heard about that. Like that's a big ass club type of,
You
you
know
know.
that's
yeah,
you know
that
that's
was
the
the
you know
club. That was
That
like
was
that
the
Magic
was the
City
club
back
club
in
back
the
that
day.
then, so I could see
my
them
nigga
not
Ray
wanting to
my
ruin the
nigga Ray was
reputation.
going against.
I just watched Ray the other day too. That movie good.
My
That movie
nigga
so
Ray, the
good.
Boom Boom Room was going to
Hey,
go up
hey, you
against the
know how I
Cotton
was just
Club.
talking about earlier how I was feeling? I was looking like Ray a little bit too earlier. He was, I was going through it. I was going through it, boy. Oh, that's just my medicine. That's just my medicine right there.
But yeah, they threatened him, and and they said something wild. So he's leaving. He's like
Oh
telling them
yeah.
like, listen. He's like, listen, come by my side of the hood. It's a wrap for you. And he walks off. And he's like, I know where your high yellow bitch lives. So he going in. I
Uh-huh.
know where she lived. So he going in. I'm gonna take her out. So now the men question Bumpy, and Bumpy reveals that Madam St. Clair, she wants no part of this anyway, and then she's in jail too. So he's fully in charge now. So they're like, all right, bet. What's the plan? So Bumpy and Illinois go undercover, pretending to drop off deliveries, and they drop a bomb off on one of Dutch's liquor warehouses. Dude, they was giving a
I just
hard
don't
time.
understand why you were so.
Go
I
ahead.
just don't understand why you were so. Out of all the stuff that we done did, why you so fucking nervous?
Bro, look, that's one of the best. This one of my favorite lines I heard in the movie though too. He said he
We
didn't
don't
went and
want no
got drunk
trouble.
at the fiddler's bitch. Like what? The fiddler's bitch.
He said he's a Mormon. Well, we got to kick
Right.
him out of church today.
Well, you got to kick
That's
him out
why
of
he
church
did it
again.
because
We got to
He
kick
said,
him
"We
out
don't."
of church
He
today.
said, "Sir, we didn't come here for no trouble.
we just
He
want to
was
drop the
We
shaking.
didn't
packages
come
off
here
and
for." No...
go.
He
He
said,
said, "We don't really come for no trouble."
He said drunk as a fiddler's bitch.
and Dutch retaliates by killing Pigfoot, and Illinois finds her body, and he's all shook up by this. And
Hey, he loved them big women, didn't
he did. He said in the beginning too.
He said
He said,
that in
"Ain't
the
no love
beginning.
like a big woman. Ain't no love like a
he?
big woman." So they kill his
They
girl, and
didn't have
Dutch.
to kill her though.
They didn't.
They didn't, but
They
he was
didn't.
mad. He was mad. He blew my spot up. Now I gotta kill you, girl. So Dutch's boss tries to team up with Bumpy. Because Lucky Luciano tries to team up with Bumpy to take down Dutch in exchange for part of his business. And Bumpy's like, nah, he declines. And he tells him he wants a mandatory meeting between Bumpy and Dutch. He's like, we're gonna try to get this settled. We're gonna talk it out. He's like, all right. So Francine says she wants to leave Bumpy. So Bumpy goes upstairs and takes all her wigs,
This
jewelry,
where the Ike
clothes.
came out at right here.
Yeah, he threw all that stuff. And she's
You
like,
Nah,
bro,
said this is when Ike came out.
yeah, he did for a second.
but
And
I
she was
said
like,
another
"What,
one
you
of the
hit me
little
now?" He
sayings
said,
I fucked with.
he had got the Bible. He said,
Another one of the little sayings I fucked with though, because he was always saying it. Give me a few ticks. About to say I
yeah,
like
yeah.
a few
Let me
ticks. That
talk to you
shit
for a
was
few ticks.
smooth.
Give me a few
Okay,
ticks.
give me a second. Give me a few ticks. I'll
I'll
be
be
right
with you in a
back.
few
Let me talk
ticks.
to you for a few ticks.
and
Let me talk to
then
you for a few ticks.
Yeah.
Illinois, he's drunk now, and he blames Bumpy for Pigfoot's death and goes off on him. And he's like, "Bro, you didn't even go to the funeral." He's like, "You just left." He say, "Think some funky ass flowers gonna do something? Nigga? I wanted you there." And he tells him, he's like, "I'm done fighting this war." He's like, I'm out of this.
A man.
I wipe my hands clean of you."
Mhm.
And
He said,
while
"You
he's
gonna talk to me like that?"
he said, "Take your drunk ass
Take
home."
your drunk ass
I should have
home.
never gave you that gun.
He did. He said, "Now you can have my gun. Now you got two guns."
He said, "Yeah." He said, "Look it. Now you're real bad." Like, damn.
It was like, who made a potato salad? He said, "Look, a scoop, two scoops." He was like, "That's it. You got two scoops." So he tells him he's done fighting this war and leaves Bumpy. Like, he leaves the gun too. And while he's out, he talks to the crooked cop and Bub, and he tells him, he's like,
I'm done.
you ain't got to worry about me
You
no
ain't got to
more."
worry
Right.
about
He
me.
said, "I
I
done
do
washed
not
my
worry.
hands clean."
I
And
wash my hands
and
clean.
dude,
That nigga
and the
was
cop tells him, he
drunk as
said,
a
"Bro,"
skunk.
he said, "Ain't nobody ever tell you? Once you in, ain't no out." And they
Yeah.
beat him up,
That
and
is
they
Only
true.
one way out. And I
he hit
learned
a
that
In
in
a
box.
box.
He hit a
I learned
box.
that in another movie.
Malibu's most
In a
wanted.
box.
I learned that in
And
another
that
movie.
was true.
Only way out is in a box. And they
Mm.
beat him up. They kidnap him. They beat him up, and they torture him to get access to the slip numbers. And so they end up having their meeting, which goes nowhere because they're like,
You.
"Bro, I'm gonna kill him. Like that's it. Like there's nothing else. Like I'm gonna kill him. He's gonna try to kill me. That's it. Because our minds are made up." So Bumpy finds out the slips were taken, and dude's like, "Bro, Illinois did." He's like, "Bro, the only people to know is me and Illinois, and I know he wouldn't do that. I know he wouldn't do it." Then they find Illinois dead, and the witness is like, "Look, I seen a cop do it." And
So
he's
the
like, he's a
question
police
is, though,
chief.
do we think he did it? Like,
I don't think he told. I think they killed Illinois. You remember they killed because remember he was like remember they beat him up and he was like fuck you, and then they
yeah.
killed him.
He
And
said,
then
No,
I
no, no,
think
no, no, no. He told because they got the slips.
that's what I'm saying, but I don't know if he told or not,
He
though.
told. He told.
I mean, it makes sense for you to think that for real because, like you said, only two people that knew, and then they found him, he got a slip in his mouth and shit. But it's like, I
Yeah,
don't
that's it.
think he told for real because he was just like, fuck you at the end, and you seen him
yeah,
like, I'm gonna poke you in your nose, the eye pop out or whatever. Like,
Yeah, I
yeah.
mean,
like fuck you, you know?
they
So
got him. Cause you seen that slip was green. They got him. They
that's
got the
crazy.
slip.
If you
They, they,
gonna
they
die, you might as well go ahead and just die, I guess. Like,
that's what, yeah.
I
So he was
mean,
yeah, it's a
wow.
mess. So then so then that point he's like, I'm about to kill everybody. Like he's on that kind of time now. So Bumpy, he's like, I'm gonna go kill him. So while the police chief is getting head from a hooker, Bumpy walks in with a knife, and the chief's like,
This
look,
is
let me at least put my pants on.
That was let me pull my pants up at
Let me
least.
at least put my pants on. And he kills him. And then so he slits his throat. And then he was giving look, this is how you know the head was good. He was giving her the money during the head. He's like, he wasn't even
He said,
done. He
whoa,
was
whoa, whoa,
like,
whoa, whoa, why you stop? I just paid it. I don't mean stop.
she was looking like, wipe the mouth off everything. So he slits his throat and he finds Bub and he threatens him and asks him, he's like, how do you sleep at night? And he was like, who says I do sleep at night? I said, that's crazy. He was going through it.
He was though, but it's like they was humiliating him though.
And they were calling him a coon the whole movie too. If you
Like I
peep,
said, it was the one cop that kept doing it, but they was humiliating him when it came to that one part when he was like, wrap the food up. It's just nothing but scraps anyway. We're gonna throw it in the trash. He's like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. He's like, don't be so fucking proud. Wrap it up. And he's like,
it was that. Remember when he walked up on the police chief, he told him, he's like, how many niggas you killed today? He said, how many niggas you killed today? I said,
how
God
many
damn.
niggas you killed today.
right.
But you using
But at the
that
same
word so
time, the
loosely.
police chief had a good point. When you
Oh,
seen
that
him
nigga's
at the
stupid.
very beginning of the movie and he was tripping, you
First thing he
don't
did.
sell numbers here. he was out there fucking up niggas, right?
Yeah.
So then when he asked the police chief could only say, I mean, shit, we in the same lineup. We on the same team, for real. We might not like each other, we on the same team.
So I was like, damn. So he's calling him a coon. So at this point, Bub's on his side now.
He was a coon.
He
But
was
go
a
ahead.
coon.
He
But
was.
Dutch plans on turning on his boss, Lucky, and he kills Lucky's accountant. No, that was funny though. When he said, "You gonna kill me or just an accountant?" He's like, "Yeah, pow." He
Right.
just killed him. And then he
Didn't
reads
he
the
kill him in the
note.
bathroom? No.
No. It was in his
Chair.
office. He was in his
He was
office.
sitting like some chair.
The bathroom was later on. The bathroom later on. This was just in the office. So he kills him. And there's a note that says 235. He's like, "What that mean?" He said, "Death." He's like, "Okay." So then Dutch realizes he's been played and figures out that Bumpy set him up to go to war with his boss. He's like, damn. So then Dutch goes to go pee later on, and Dutch's right hand man comes in with a gun. The man he's been calling an idiot the entire movie and dumb, and he's just sitting there like, he's like, oh god, like you of all people, and he starts shooting. He shoots this man 3 times in the bathroom. This man get up, walk himself down the steps, sit on the table, started making himself a drink, and he just fall out. He just fall out.
That's a
Cause nigga,
hey,
I'm not dying on no toilet, nigga.
that's a G.
I'm not dying at no urinal, nigga.
That's a G. That's a G right there. That he had enough hate in his heart to go sit at the table at least. Like, nah,
It's not like this. Not like this. I can't go like that.
mm-mm.
So he just died on the table. And then the right hand man goes to in the car with Lucky, and he gets double crossed. He's like, "Where my money at?" And he's like, "God," they shoot him too.
Take them
And
both out.
yeah, he's just like, "Well." And Bub meets up with Bumpy, and he's like, "Look, you pay him?" He's like, "Yep, I gave him the money." And he's like, "Hmm." And he was like, "You give him I forget what he said. You give him a cut?" And he's like, "Yep, gave him a cut." So he's like, "Hmm." So then he's like, "What's your plans?" And Bumpy's like, "I have unfinished business." And he's like, "Bub, what's your plans?" He's like, "I'm finally gonna get some sleep.
I'm gonna get some rest.
You're finally gonna get some rest." Then the movie just ends with Bumpy going to the funeral, to Illinois' funeral, and then he walks out in the
About
rain.
to say, so I like that part too, though, because you see, he ain't never. When old girl Francine was asking him during the movie, like, "You ever gonna go to church with me?" When they was laying in the bed, he was like, "Me and the Lord got a good relationship. He like we got to understand it. I don't come into his house, he don't come into mine."
I didn't
And
think
then
about that. I
that's
didn't think
why
about that.
Illinois was mad that he didn't go to Mary's funeral though, because it's like you
Good
sent there
point.
all these flowers, you paid for it, because he didn't even go to the one kid's funeral probably. So he just go there, he pay, and then he
He
leave.
didn't.
But it was him
I
having to
think
show respect for his boy at the end, like because that one hurt. That's his right hand man right there, So
That's his
I
boy.
think one
Yeah.
of the reasons why he didn't like I know the Lord and he know I'm doing dirt. I ain't about to tarnish
true facts too there for sure. Like I ain't
like
gonna bother him, like asking for nothing. Like I'm out here taking so yeah.
And
but
yeah, like I said, it's like that's a good point. I didn't think about that. That's a really good point. So what was the most gangster scene in the movie?
When my man got shot in the bathroom and walked to the table. That was my fucking part, dog. I was like this. He hit him once. Pow. He said, oh, hit him again. Oh. Then he stood up and he shot him again.
Get out
I
the way,
was like,
nigga. Get
damn,
out
I'm
the way,
like,
nigga.
you definitely
Get
gonna sit
out the way, nigga. I'm gonna sit over here.
right. Nah, I got better shit to do. Sat at the table, then he died. I'm like,
I mean
that's harsh.
that is very because I'm not dying on no toilets, but I'm not dying on no urinal. I think the gangster scene for me was when this nigga, the driver, literally the black driver, literally changed his life because he was like wasn't he a part of it? And he was like, hey, my wife said I got to chill out.
My wife said I gotta put down the gun. He said, my wife said I gotta put down the gun.
Yeah, like my wife said I got to chill out.
But most gangster scene to me, this ain't even gangster for real. When he was playing dice outside the outside that spot, they was like, let's play craps. And he was like,
Oh, and then Cicely Tyson came out.
I said, these niggas acting so gangster right now.
Yeah.
These niggas hood as fuck for no reason. He's like, She was like, come on now. Like, she was like, have a little bit of coof. Golly.
Man,
Then he made the little Jamaican nigga blow the dice. He was like, come on, come on.
come on,
Right.
come on,
Come
come
on,
on.
He had a little attitude too. And who was the real villain of this movie?
Bumpy was his own villain.
I want.
Mm.
I think it's Madam Queen or Cicely Tyson.
Wow.
I do because my thing was everything when and Bumpy went like I didn't think she was at first, but when Bumpy went to the jail to see her, and he was like, "I got the books; they're up and running right now. Everything's going real good." When you get out, he said, "I got a seat at this table for a meeting and all that." I got everything going back the right way. And she's like, you went back on your word. And he's like, I
Nigga,
got
I'm making
everything
sure you
going
got a
the right
float.
way. Everything is good now. Like we're in the clear. Thing going. He said, you can come back. We can run it together. She said, oh, so now you're the king. It's just like, damn, like, look.
You might be right. You might be right.
My thing was though, it's like he did everything he had to do when she was down. She gave him the power, and then she's gonna get mad at him for doing it the right way. Or his way at least.
He's like, look, I tried to keep your business afloat. She's like, I don't like it.
You might be right.
Yeah, I think it's her.
You might be right. I had something, but you know what?
Aha.
Hey, I had a whole. Hey, this is why Bumpy was his own villain. Nah,
I
you.
mean, I don't really think Bumpy was a villain though, bro. I just think Bumpy
I
stood on
just
his
think
principles. Like you
I
feel me?
just think when you I just think when you're in a game like this, you're going to lose the people that you love before like you're going to have your highs. That whole 3 years, he
Mm-hmm.
had the highs, and then the little boy dies. That's a victim. That's a victim where he should have told that little boy no. And then Illinois' girlfriend dies, and
You couldn't tell that boy no. That boy wasn't
then
going
Val.
for
I
no.
mean, you
He
could. I
wasn't.
mean,
He wasn't going
then
for
Valley snitches like
yeah.
it's just a trickle down
It's your
effect, and it's
circle
just
that's messing you up though, kind of.
yeah. So you become your own villain because listen though, you didn't want to be like this, but the white dudes on around the corner, they knew what the hell was going up. They
Mm-hmm.
knew. They knew.
That's what Illinois said. We the ones getting laughed at.
Yeah,
We,
he said, he said, tell me a joke. Tell me a joke.
he said
We the
we the
joke.
joke.
We the joke. They killing our own people. Idolater. Your soul is required.
Because bro, because he asked bro. I go back to the dude. He asked bro like he like how long the driver. He was like how long you plan on doing this like like. Like for real though, he asked him like, "Man, I love you to death. We kicking it, but like, nigga, like, I had to stop. You gonna have to stop eventually too."
Mm-hmm. Said my
Yeah,
old lady
it's
don't
one of the,
understand me.
I
Damn.
also agree with you. I said Bumpy was the villain too, because I was like, look, I was like, he's one of the things. It's one of the things where it's like, bro, we keep pushing this war, everybody dying around us, because you just can't be like, hey, look, we might as well just squash this. You like, nah, we gonna keep going for
But
this
you
nigga.
can't just wash it because Illinois thought he could just wash it, right? And what'd he do?
Yeah,
Die.
but
So
if you
it's
think
like,
about it
It was
though,
too late. That
but
was
if you
too
think,
late.
if you think about it though, all your people died at this point. All your people died. Everybody you mess with died.
Bro, everybody you
not
messed with
everybody. He
died. The
still
queen
got
is in
whispers.
jail.
He
Yeah,
still had whispers. That was his man. I mean, look, he lost Illinois. He really didn't fuck with the kid like that. I ain't gonna say the kid was somebody that was like the kid gave a good idea. The kid was just getting in, but the kid wasn't with him like Illinois or Whispers or anybody else. So the only
yeah.
person he really lost was Illinois.
He lost Illinois. Lost his girl. He lost
His
well, my-
girl at the end of the movie, you seen her looking. She was going back. Oh, he's changed. He came to the funeral. She was
well,
ready to throw his
But he
ass
didn't know
out.
that.
I
He
would
didn't
say
know that.
Illinois girl. I would say Illinois girl, but yeah, he lost her too though.
He
Okay,
lost his
did he care
girl.
about her though? He didn't care about Mary though either, did he?
He was
Let's be
cool with
real though.
Mary. He was
He was
cool with
cool
Mary.
with Mary, but he
He was
wasn't
cool with
like
Mary.
he
But
wasn't.
he lost the community that he tried to save.
Mm.
I like that, but I don't think he lost the community because I mean he did
Black
he did
Dynamite.
he did all that for the community.
I still
I
just to
think.
the community for Black Dynamite. That's my part. But now we got to give the actual movie rating. What are we giving it out of 5? You know, we do things out of 5 here. What are we giving this movie out of 5?
For the time it was in and for the
Yeah.
portrayal, I'll give it like a 4.5.
I was gonna say a
4.5.
4. I think a
It
4 is
ain't
nice.
like it ain't American Gangster, but
Yeah.
No. But it was I mean,
This one of the movies where it's non-stop action. It's back to back
yeah,
to
you
back. Like
feel
when I
me?
was writing it, when I was doing
Fun.
my notes, I was like, golly, it's like, okay, bet it's non-stop. So I'll give them that credit on that. As for the story, which is funny because the story is not real. Like it's real people in it. Like there's real people in it, but all that shit did not go down. Like how they said it's pretty much a fictional story with real people. Um, kind of like that movie Harder They Fall is a fictional story with real people in it.
That's a great movie.
A great movie. I love that
That's
movie,
a
but
great
they
yeah,
did
movie.
that little boy.
that
Did that
movie was
little boy dirty, didn't they?
Man, you said rate
not.
that out of 5, I'm gonna give it a 6. About to say that's a great fucking movie right there. Oh yeah. Cherokee
Yeah, he's yeah, that's why I always do that one. But
Did
yeah,
my
like
little
it was
homie
it was a
dirty.
good movie, but it was a lot of like the story was just kind of like I kill you, or I kill your people, you kill my people. I kill your people, you kill my. It was like it was
It was
just
Yeah,
'90s.
back to
It was a
back.
'90s black film.
Yeah, exactly. So
they
I'm gonna give it. I'm
right.
going with a 3.5. I'm going 3.5. I think like because we're going story and everything. Story wasn't really there like that, but the actual action will keep you in the movie. So I'm going to 3.5.
I think a lot of people watch Hoodlum, and don't get me wrong, like I like Hoodlum, but a lot of people watch Hoodlum because of the people that was in it. And I think like
A
around
lot
that
of black
time,
stars.
yeah, I think a lot of like if you got a star-studded cast like that, people was gonna watch that movie regardless.
Oh, for sure. They
But
had
it's
everybody in that movie too.
but it ain't a movie that like Hoodlum is one of those movies where like okay, it's on, I'll watch it, but it ain't like hey, you gotta watch Hoodlum. You know what I'm saying?
About
Well,
to say,
that's how my dad was. My dad was like, "You got to watch Hoodlum," so he made me watch that. So I seen the movie twice, like before
Oh,
we
I've seen Hoodlum
would
numerous
review it.
times,
yeah,
I
it's
but
seen it twice, and then prepare for this, I
right.
watched like 4 or 5 times, and we kept pushing it back. But we finally did it. We finally watched Hoodlum for the review. We finally reviewed it, so it is now
it ain't
in the archives now.
it ain't like I mean it probably been better if Clifton Powell was in it.
Hey, I wouldn't be mad at Chris Powell. That nigga the goat. I need him on this show. If I get him on the show, I need him on there. Just review. I'll review any movie that you in. I don't care. We're gonna review it. We can be women
I
who are
review
not
any
loose.
movie we do.
Women who are not loose. I just need that nigga on this show.
He ain't gonna come if you want to review that one. I don't think.
I'm gonna say,
You seen
we
how
can
he
review.
Hey
asked,
man,
Listen,
hey
ask him
man,
about
pick another movie, man.
listen. We can review Hot Boys again.
Pick another
another
movie,
movie, man.
man.
I done been in a lot. Don't do that.
We can review Bones. I hate Bones, but we can review Bones.
Hey, I was
I
going to
love
see
you,
real
Jimmy
talk. I think
Bones.
that's off of there, but I was looking at that for Halloween. I thought that'd have been a great Halloween
We
one.
could we could do it for Halloween for sure. We because that
I
was
Mhm.
on the
love you,
list of
Jimmy
Halloween movies I
Bones.
got. That one and Leprechaun in the Hood. It was like the main two I was thinking about
I
on
was
there.
watching that one day on my lunch break. It was just random as fuck. Let me watch Bones.
That's a terrible movie. That's a terrible. I'm
That's
gonna like that.
terrible. I
I'm
get
gonna
it.
like that movie up when we watch it too. I'm gonna like that movie. That movie's
So
awful.
let,
Yeah.
so, so let me ask you this: if they did a remake, would you be cool with that?
A remake of Bones.
No, nigga, Hoodlum.
Oh,
I don't want no remake of
If they did
Bones.
a remake of it, I mean, I feel like this is something you don't need to remake though. I feel like it's good how it is. I don't think you need to remake it because then it's gonna go what didn't happen in the first one, what they add to the second one, all that shit. You know, it's like no, I don't think they need to do
it
that.
is good, and it's good because I feel like American Gangster was
American
fine the way
Gangster.
it
It was
was
kind of
too,
a
and
spinoff
American
of
Gangster was
literally American
great.
Gangster literally right after this. That's what makes it perfect. So it's
yeah.
like you watch that, then you go right into American Gangster. It's like it's perfect.
Yeah, I
But
felt like that kind
yeah,
of did take place right after that.
yeah, it kind of did
No, no,
because
I
Bumpy,
mean it did for real because it's like
didn't
So
this is
Bumpy.
when Bumpy was an old man.
I about to say
so
didn't
then
Bumpy and Frank didn't Bumpy take Frank under his wing or something like
Yep,
that?
right.
yep.
So I was gonna say though, so we just never seen him reach the height that he was trying to get to though, if anything. For it
No,
to
that's
take
why they
over
got that
after
show. Nah, they got that show with Forrest Whitaker as Bumpy Johnson, the Harlem.
that's great.
Oh, I didn't know he was playing Bumpy. I didn't know he was playing
Yeah,
I
that
Bumpy
think
Johnson.
that's
show is
Bumpy
great.
Johnson, ain't it?
Yeah.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that. I'm gonna have to watch
So
that.
Forrest Whitaker be acting is it? Kenny had to
Listen,
put me on with him, but he
TK hate on him because that nigga's eye for years.
I
I said,
did.
nigga, he's a great actor.
Forrest
It was
Whitaker,
that
a good actor if you get past the eye.
oh, he's a great actor.
You gotta get
He,
rid of just
bro,
past the
it
eye.
was that one movie
A
that
little
convinced me
barbecue sauce on it. Wait,
to
dive
play.
right up.
It was that one
Dive
movie
right
you
up.
told me to watch too. It was like when he was a counselor or something, I think. Or he was going to the one man's dude from 8 Mile. What's his name? From 8 Mile, the rapper. Papa Don.
Oh, you talking about it's like Repentance. The movie's like Repentance.
Man, when he said smile, smile, he was trying to that man on the I was like,
Oh
oh,
yeah, that's a newer movie.
bro,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
but that's what made me be like, this nigga is great.
yeah. Repentance. I've seen him in some great movies. That one and the one with Adrian Brody when they had the people be cellmates and the other half be the
You made
cops.
me watch that too. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was good as fuck too
Forrest
for me.
Whitaker. Forrest Whitaker, that guy, man.
Yeah,
I give him his
Forrest
credit.
Whitaker,
yeah.
nice.
I
I
still ain't
watched that
seen
on the
Last King of
time.
Scotland.
That was a great movie.
You ever seen Last King of Scotland?
I haven't seen that yet. I
I
still got to see it.
haven't
I
seen
couldn't
that
get through it. I think I was too young.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can watch it now I'm older, but as a kid, I
Yeah,
wouldn't be
as a
able to
kid,
sit through that
I think
shit.
I was too young.
I would have turned it off and popped in Friday.
I turn on
No,
Hoodlum.
offense. They go to your DD. I would have turned that on so quick.
Go to your DD.
one.
Go to your DD.
But we don't have a movie yet that we're gonna watch next. The
Yes, we
next
do. Yes, we do.
what's the
Yes,
next
we
movie?
do.
What's the
Huh?
next movie? What we about to say?
Yes, we do.
We don't have it yet. TK is gonna choose our next one because we got a lot of movies that's leaving Tubi because we
Yeah, they
strictly
all
watch
leaving
movies
2
that straight.
days.
Yeah, 2 days. All the movies are leaving Tubi, so we gotta see what's coming up, and we
We gotta
gonna
do
decide.
Prison Song.
Prisons. I
Ooh,
think
that's with
prisons.
Q-Tip, ain't it?
Yeah.
I just watched that not too long ago. Too. Man, that movie was hey.
Hurt your
That
heart,
movie
don't it?
I
good.
don't think I've seen all the way through. I don't think I've seen all the way
Hurt your
through.
heart, don't it?
It do, bro. I ain't gonna stunt.
Hurt your
It do.
heart.
He's like, you my man. I was like, ooh,
Yeah, I gotta see that. I think I've seen scenes. I don't think I've
bro.
seen the
They
entire
got
movie.
there was no reason for them to get that much time for that fucking little red light, bro. For that little laser.
Don't give me. Hey, don't tell him he gotta see it. That's a
I know, yeah,
Prison
Yeah,
man.
Song.
I'm
I just
sorry.
seen it
That
recently.
that
we'll
one
probably
touched
review it
hard.
on this show. And I still got to see. I haven't seen Ride. That's no movie I haven't seen.
Oh, you
I gotta
gotta
That's
see
see
with
Ride.
Luda,
Rod.
ain't it?
But Rod more funny. But you gotta see Rod.
Yeah, I ain't seen Ride. There's a couple
Rod
movies I
got
ain't seen.
Ludacris in it though, don't it? Or is that something
Nah,
else?
Nah.
that's Crash, nigga.
Hey, some
Easy.
with
Ride
a
and
car.
Crash.
Some with a
Yeah,
car.
yeah. I
Rod
gotta
got
watch
Malik Yoba in it.
because Ride is the one with oh boy, isn't that one with Trench?
Rod got Malik Yoba. It got
Malik
it got
Yoba. That's what it
it
was.
got Malik Yoba. It got John Witherspoon. It got Cedric the Entertainer. And then
Random ass cast.
they got
Damn.
Laura Winslow on there. They
Ugh.
all trying to go. They all trying to go to Miami to be in the Luke video. It got motherfucking Fredro Stars, old young ass in
Actually, you know
there.
what? I
Oh,
think I
young
did
man.
see that. I think I did see that on BET back in the day. I think I did see that.
What you talking about? The movie that you're talking about is Get on the Bus.
No, it's not that. It's a different movie I was talking about. It's got it's Trench in it though, but I just can't remember what it's called. But
It
it's not
started with
that.
the T, don't it? Trials or something like that. I don't know. I'm gonna show you. Watch. I'm gonna figure it out.
We gonna find it.
I've seen. There's only 3 Tretch movies. There's literally only
Oh,
We
get
gotta
it.
3
get
Tretch.
yeah, but we reviewed one already.
Oh,
That
he
one when he was
dropped it. I catch the fucking. I'm sorry.
what you call it? Jason's Lyric. We reviewed that one. He was in that one. Yeah, them nasty ass dreads in it. But we gonna end it right here. Like I said, we're gonna find our movie here soon, so we're gonna come back with a movie for y'all. And right here, so you've been warned. Get ready for your final thrill. It's curtains, Dutch. The jig is up. You're a dead fucking nigga. So we're gonna end it.